Madam President, the candidates are assembled.
Please be seated. That was good timing. Today we're gathered in formal convocation to celebrate the 213th commencement exercises of Purdue University. Now will you please rise again and join in singing our national anthem. And then remain standing for a moment of reflection, which will be offered by Reverend Patrick Bakauskas of St. Thomas Aquinas.
Today is a day of great hope. While these might be challenging times and times of uncertainty, there is something else. Whatever the economic conditions of our world and our country, what you hopefully take away from your experience at Purdue is that you are not in this alone, that you formed something here at Purdue. The great challenges ahead of you, you undertake as part of a community. And when we understand that, then we will find peace. Thomas Merton, a monk who lived not very far from here in northern Kentucky, said this: "It is true that we are called to create a better world, but we are first of all called to a more immediate and exalted task, that of creating our own lives. In doing this, we act as co-workers. We take our place in the great work of humankind, since in effect the creation of our own destiny is impossible in pure isolation. Each one of us works out his own destiny in inseparable union with one another. We share with one another the creative work of living in the world, and it is through our struggle with material reality, with nature, that we help one another create at the same time our own destiny and a new world for our descendants. May you see in others, and help them to see, the faces of brothers and sisters, the faces of friends."
This is the moment. This is the day. This is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play. It's here and now today. This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this moment, this moment. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckons, I never reckon second best. This is the day, just see it shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. This is the moment, my time is near. This day or never, I want forever without fear. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all. The greatest moment of them
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my happy privilege to extend a very cordial welcome to all who have joined us for the 213th commencement ceremony of Purdue University. Especially, I welcome you graduates, parents, spouses, relatives, and friends who helped make possible this day of achievement. Who's an engineer out there? All right, want to make sure we're all at the right ceremony. Before introducing the members of the platform party, I would like to ask you to recognize the representatives of our distinguished faculty who are with us today. Will our faculty members please stand? We are honored to have with us members of the Board of Trustees of Purdue University. I request they stand as I call their names and remain standing, and that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Maymon Powers, Jr., Vice Chairman of the Board from Gary, Indiana. Michael Burke from Hinsdale, Illinois. Joanne Briette of West Lafayette. John Hardin, Jr. from Danville. Thomas Spurgeon from Peoria, Illinois. And Tyler Takel from Rosenberg, Texas. Please join me in greeting our trustees. We're pleased to have with us also, representing the Purdue University Administration, Timothy Sands, Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Richard Bacchius, Vice President for Research. Al Diaz, Executive Vice President for Business and Finance and Treasurer. Dale Whitaker, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Academic Affairs. James Mullins, Dean of the Libraries. Leah Jameson, Dean, College of Engineering. Mark Smith, Dean of the Graduate School. Tom Shee, Head, Aeronautics and Astronautics Engineering. Gary Kreutz, Professor of Agricultural and Biological Engineering. Andrew Brightman, Assistant Head of Biomedical Engineering. Arvind Varma, Head, Chemical Engineering. Margaret Catherine Banks, Head, Civil Engineering. Robert Bowen, Hunter Fellow of Construction Engineering and Management. Raghu Balakrishnan, Head, Electrical and Computer Engineering. David Radcliffe, the Kamyar Hagigi Head of Engineering Education. Abhijit Deshmukh, Head, Industrial Engineering. Keith Bowman, Head, Materials Engineering. David Anderson, Associate Head for Graduate Studies and Professor of Mechanical Engineering. Ahmed Hassanein, Head of Nuclear Engineering. Danita Brown, Dean of Students. Robert Kubat, University Registrar and Chair of the Commencement Committee. Joan Fulton, Chair of the University Senate and Grand Marshal. Will you please join me in greeting these individuals? We're pleased to have with us on the platform other important members of the university family. S.C. Max Yen, Dean of the College of Engineering, Indiana, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, Steel Dynamics Distinguished Professor of Engineering. Ted Priebe, President of the Purdue Alumni Association. Linda Osborne, Teleprompter. Michael Piggott, Public Orator. Tracy Stack and Myron Yoder, Sign Language Interpreters. Will you join me in greeting and thanking these individuals? Congratulations, graduates. What a special weekend this is. On our West Lafayette campus, we're celebrating the achievements of 900 graduate and 4,000 undergraduate students. Congratulations to your families and everyone who friended you during your time here. I came to Purdue 4 years ago, so I'm a senior too. The difference between us is that after today, most of you will leave Purdue, and I won't be graduated yet. I guess I should have listened when they told me not to walk under the bell tower. We've seen many exciting moments over the last few years. On a fall day in 2007, the Dalai Lama spoke of cultivating happiness to an audience that filled this hall. On the same day across campus, 16 Purdue alumni astronauts reunited for the dedication of the Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering. Including Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan, the first and most recent man on the moon. I remember thinking, what a day to be a Boilermaker. The following year, Tom Friedman, best known for his book, The World is Flat, joined us here at Elliott for a lively discussion. In just a few years, the world has become even flatter as social media has played a dramatic role in global events. In the fall of 2008, we unveiled the Unfinished Block P, a project that came from the energy and creativity of our students. The inscription on this dramatic sculpture reads in part, quote, "The real Purdue is not simply the physical facility or the location of the university, but the cumulative and lasting impact and wonder of our interactions with faculty, staff, other students, and all the events that occur during our time together. Once a part of the experience, we are all together eternally Purdue." In the time we've shared, this institution has seen record levels of research, thanks to the work of our graduate students and faculty, and many undergraduates, who are finding solutions to challenges that are being felt around the world. In the fall of 2009, we received the largest amount of research awards in our history. Our faculty are developing partnerships with such agencies as the National Science Foundation, the Department of Energy, the Department of Agriculture, and the Department of Homeland Security. Researchers at Purdue are impacting everything from world hunger to earthquake disasters to alternative energy systems. These are the same experts who are teaching in our classrooms and devoting themselves to our students' success. And they're being recognized around the world for their expertise. In the past several months alone, Dr. H. Negishi won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his palladium-catalyzed cross-coupling technique. Some of you, I know, took his organic chemistry class. Professor Steve Worley was on every major news station, helping us understand the magnitude of the oil gushing from the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Dr. Jerry Jenkins consulted on the effects of nuclear radiation in the wake of the tsunami in Japan. Dr. Michel Bouzon's work with ancient burials in the Nile Valley was featured on the National Geographic Channel. And Professor Thomas Talavage and his research team drew the nation's attention to an undiscovered category of cognitive impairment suffered by football players. And the World Food Prize laureate, Gebisa Ejeta, was appointed by President Obama to the Board of International Food and Agricultural Development, where he will advise on famine protection and freedom from hunger. Purdue's influence, indeed, is being felt all around the globe. In fact, far above the globe. Robert Brown, a Purdue alumnus, leads the science team that runs the Cassini spacecraft that is examining Saturn's moon called Titan. Recently, the team discovered a methane lake that now proudly holds the name of Brown's favorite Indiana watering hole, Lake Freeman. Yes, there are two Lake Freemans. It seems that our Boilermakers tend to reach for the sky or outer space to fulfill their dreams. Our students are making national news too. Amelia Cushton discovered a previously unidentified virus in a southern Indiana cave as part of a class assignment. The virus will bear her name, Cushton 1. Her research is ongoing and has the potential to fight diseases like tuberculosis one day. Many of you are making a difference through your outreach efforts. When the levees were breached by Katrina and earthquakes devastated Haiti and Japan, you donated your time, supplies, and even money to people that you will never meet. A village in Cameroon, Africa, will receive vital electricity because of a team of Purdue students who came together to design a hydropower system that will support homes, schools, healthcare facilities, and a drinking water system. Closer to home, over 1,000 students register every spring for boiler blasts to help our community clean up and prepare for the summer. The two great cities of Lafayette and West Lafayette are going to miss your energy, and your contributions. Yet I know that wherever you go, you'll continue to offer the same Boilermaker spirit that is at the heart of this institution, its staff, its faculty, its students, its alumni. During your time here, you've seen great performances, some of them on this stage. There were those two talented ladies we came to see 3 times, Lady Gaga and Lady Antebellum. Snoop Dogg shared his birthday with us. And thanks to Sigma Nu fraternity, 3,000 students joined Wiz Khalifa in saying farewell to seniors Juwan Johnson and Etuan Moore. Juwan and Etuan and the entire men's basketball team gave us terrific athletic performances, ending with the first unbeaten home schedule in over 40 years. Way to go, Boilers! And there were other athletic firsts during your time at Purdue. The women's volleyball team reached the Elite Eight. The women's golf team brought home the NCAA championship. Defensive end Ryan Kerrigan became the football program's first consensus All-American in 30 years, and soon will be playing for the Washington Redskins. And the Purdue All-American Marching Band led the way in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade last November. And here's one more first. There was an old Pete and a new Pete and a repeat in less than a week. That's never happened before. The years you've shared with us have been exciting ones. I know you'll greet your new experiences with the same spirit and engagement that you brought to Purdue. One of your fellow students, Megan Maloney, will be the first female Purdue graduate to serve on a Navy submarine. Megan has already completed 1.5 years of nuclear training in New York and South Carolina, and after graduating with us today, she'll be on the path to becoming a nuclear officer. She's just one example of our talented Purdue students and the ambitious paths they've chosen. Whether you decide to pursue a service-oriented career, become a distinguished professor like the members of our faculty, where you can devote yourself to the success of future student leaders, or manage a Fortune 500 company or startup company, you'll benefit from the foundation you gained at Purdue. Your experience here has taught you to set high goals and to step out of your comfort zone to meet them. You've learned that you have a point of view worth sharing and that listening to others' views adds more value. And you found that giving back to your community and to each other not only is great, but feels great. We've had a wonderful time here together at Purdue. Thank you for what you've given to our campus and our community. As you accept your diplomas today, remember that no matter what course you choose, whatever you do, one thing will never change. You will always be a member of the Boilermaker family, and you'll always be welcome here. Congratulations, graduates, and hail Purdue! I now ask the public orator, Dr. J. Michael Piggott, to announce the names of the honorary degree candidates to be recognized today and to recite the record of their accomplishments.
As we recognize our distinguished honorees this evening, I encourage you to read more about their lives and accomplishments in the complete biographical narrative in your commencement program. Leah H. Jameson, Dean of the College of Engineering, will now escort Alred Kurtenbach to the rostrum for the awarding of the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa.
Greetings, distinguished colleague. Upon the nomination of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Purdue University, I now confer upon you, Alred Kurtenbach, the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of the highest honor the university can bestow, you will now be vested with the hood. And receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Dr. Kurtenbach has distinguished himself as a forward-thinking and successful entrepreneur and businessman who has remained committed to education while growing a prosperous international business. A native of South Dakota, Dr. Kurtenbach holds BS, MS, and PhD degrees, all in electrical engineering, from South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, from the University of Nebraska, and Purdue University. He has taught electrical engineering at South Dakota State University and at Purdue. In 1968, Dr. Kurtenbach co-founded Daktronics Incorporated, where he continues to serve as chairman of the board. Under his leadership, the company has grown to one of the world's largest suppliers of electronic scoreboards, large screen video boards, and large computer programmable displays. Daktronics, which began in a garage in Brookings, South Dakota, now employs approximately 2,500 people. Some of their more famous projects include the Coca-Cola Spectacular in Times Square, signs for the 2002 Olympic Winter Games, and several scoreboards for Kurtenbach's alma mater, Purdue, including the four-sided custom video display in Mackey Arena. Over the years, Dr. Kurtenbach and Daktronics have been recognized with numerous awards for entrepreneurship and quality. And for his entrepreneurial and management success and his extraordinary support of education, Dr. Kurtenbach is presented for the awarding of academic honors by Purdue University. Dean Jameson will now escort Zali Mo to the rostrum for the awarding of the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa. Dr. Zali Mo has distinguished himself as a leading expert in civil engineering infrastructure design. His achievements include design and consultation on many bridges and structures around the world. Dr. Mo is co-founder and chairman emeritus of Mo & Associates, a leading Asian engineering and consulting service provider. He completed a BSCE at National Taiwan University and an MSCE and a PhD in structural engineering from Purdue. Operating for more than 35 years, Mo & Associates now employs over 800 people throughout Asia. The firm is credited with revolutionizing geotechnical engineering in Taiwan. Dr. Mo has demonstrated a commitment to higher education, ensuring the company produces a publication every 5 years, so far producing over 400 technical articles. Dr. Mo's work includes many bridges, high-rise apartments, office buildings, and hotel complexes in Honolulu, Taipei, and Hong Kong. Dr. Mo has served in leadership roles on committees and boards and has received many accolades for his contributions to his profession and to higher education. In recognition of his many contributions to his field of study and commitment to higher education, Dr. Zali Mo is presented for the awarding of academic honors by Purdue University.
Greetings, distinguished colleague. Upon the nomination of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Purdue University, I now confer upon you, Zali Mo, the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of the highest honor the university can bestow, you will now be vested with the hood. And receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Congratulations, Dr. Mo. The audience is invited to sing the Purdue hymn. The words are located inside the front cover of the program and will be projected. Will you please stand? Please be seated.
Madam President, the candidates for graduate degrees will be presented by Mark J.T. Smith, Dean of the Graduate School.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the graduate school. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Purdue, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled the highest requirements of this university, the Doctor of Philosophy degree, with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Philosophy and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Philosophy, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
The candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree will be hooded by their major professor or by the Dean of the Graduate School. We ask that you hold your applause until the final name has been called. Ahmed Mohammed Aid Amin, hooded by Professor T.N. Vijay Kumar. Mohammed Shafi Azam, hooded by Professor Andrew B. Tarko. Ian Hadley Bell, hooded by Professor James Edward Braun. Ashley Jean Benedict, hooded by Professor Barrett S. Caldwell. Kareem Camille Bustani, hooded by Professor Barrett S. Caldwell. Nicholas Robert Brown. Rosia del Carmen Cavela Guerra. Hooded by Professor Monica Cox. Kuo Ping Chen. Xiao Chiang Chung. Tyler Addison Davis, hooded by Professor Young C. Shin. Alekis Deschalette, hooded by Professor Paul E. Soika. Han Jo Ding, hooded by Professor Charles Bowman. Akhilesh Krishna Kumar Gaharvar, hooded by Professor Gudrun Schmidt. Heather E. Gall, hooded by Professor Chad Javert. Kiwan Han. Ari Hanetta, hooded by Professor Charles A. Bowman. Derek W. Hengeveld, hooded by Professor James Edward Braun. Hao Han Su. Wen Ben Hu, hooded by Professor Arvind Varma. Hamza Jagannathan, hooded by Professor Albena Ivanovic. Kwan Min Kang. Won Hook Kim, hooded by Professor Melba Crawford. Madhasudan Kodam. Sanjeev Kumar. Andrew Chong Sung Lee, hooded by Professor Paul E. Soika. Hugh Wan Lee. Ryan Sangjun Lee, hooded by Professor Peter H. Meckel. Sejong Lee, hooded by Professor Rudolf Eigenmann. Anne Elizabeth McLaren. Ulawale Morgan, hooded by Professor Ganesh Subbarayan. Ka Ki Eng. Andrew C. Noble, hooded by Professor Galen B. King. Sarah Noble, hooded by Professor Ann Rundell. Patrick Allen Oglesby. One Park, hooded by Professor Weinong Chen. Aaron Edward Pedigo, hooded by Professor Carol Handwerker. Pooja Rajdev, hooded by Professor Pedro Irathoki. Shahzada Basharat Rasool, hooded by Professor Mark R. Bell. Jeffrey Michael Rottenberg, hooded by Professor Santiago Pujol. Todd Andrew Rickett, hooded by Professor Riyi Shi. Hee Seok Roh. Vishesh H. Shah. Dhruv Singh. Satyam Srivastava. Ruben Dario Torres Guerra, hooded by Professor Sanjay Rao. Suradeepa Ramakrishna, hooded by Professor Andrew M. Weiner. Milan Krushal Visaria. Shay Eachus Williams, hooded by Professor Ivana Herbud. Tak Shing Wong, hooded by Professor Charles A. Bowman. Cole Davis Yarrington, hooded by Professor Stephen S. Sun. Rong Zhang, hooded by Professor Chelsea Barch. Jinghua Zhang. Kambiz Raufi.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the graduate school. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the master's degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Purdue, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled the stated requirements, the master's degree, with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Congratulations.
Candidates, please come forward.
Will you please hold your applause until the final name has been called? Amit Agarwal, Ahmad Al-Kukan, Jamal Al-Sawalshi, Ali Al-Shiri, Thomas Avram, Mustafa Badreldin, Nikhil Bajaj, Siddharth Balasubramaniam, Jason Bank, Richa Bansal, Sudit Bansal, Rebecca Bursich, Shiv Ranjan Bedanda, Rachit Biani, Chad Bland, Michael Bosiaga, Akila Bopala, Eric Brander, Sean Britt, Christopher Bruns, Charles Butner, Rugu Vamsi Chavali, Zibo Chen, Jen Chen, Leela Ramo Rao Chirukuri, Michael Cross, Yan Twee, Kedarish Tepande, Jeffrey David S. DeWalker Abraham, Jing Dong, Graham Dowie, Emily Drott, Jocelyn Dunn, David Dyer, Frank Eberhardt, Elaine El-Hawaiic, Luis Elizondo Alanis, Rachel Ellis, Curtis Eubank, Adham Fakhri, Mara Falconi, Maria Gavilan Alfonso, Ronald Gika, Mark Gales, Vivek Gupta, Matthew Harding, Sultan Helmi, Daniel Hill, Justin Hoshu, Matthew Hudeman, Andrew Wong, Padmini Jaykumar, Tanapat Jirangsawan, Derek Jensen, Alan Jones, Ankur Joshi, Alan Kim, Albert Kim, Joseph Kim, Morgan Kim, Carl Kirsch, Fred Kuipers, Marat Kulakmatov, Tian Lan, Robert Leffler, Justin Liebring, Eka Linwood, Xiao Xiao Lu, Wadzanai Lunga, A.J. Madhav, Bruce Maley, Soren Marku, Prabhakar Marapali, Andrew Maurer, Shmara McCarthy, Brad McNally, Alan Meyer, Benjamin Mickelson, Eric Miklashevsky, Mayank Mishra, David Mizzen, Khairul Mohammed, Derek Moore, Kenny Moses, Nur Farahia Mustafa, Shriyam Najendra Babu, Rachel Narciso, Yufei New, Srinivasa Nukala, Trevor Owen, Perry Parks, Pankaj Patil, Cole Pavlina, Abhijit Siha Pawar, Abner Parida Rosa, Catherine Plastina, Jason Provine, Ethan Pucciati, Ahmad Rafiq, Timothy Rebold, David Reese, Matthew Robichaud, Blake Rogers, Stanford Rosen, Sonil Ravgi Sadaria, Brett Sanborn, Helen Santoso, Mahernaz Savai, Peter Schmidt, Curtis Schrader, Isaac Serbin, Hirol Shah, Neelish Shah, Lauren Sharp, Sarah Shoshani, Matthew Shufflebarger, Brian Sims, Abhay Singh, Ankit Singhania, Ina Smith, John Smith, Carolyn Stolfi, Jeffrey Stewart, David Sutherland, Andrew Sakula, Khalid Tahabub, Hajit Tashdamir, Yu Tian, Raihan Tokpatpai Ava, Melissa Van Cleek, Matthew Vargo, Hussein Vasi, Aditya Wishwanat, Kaushik Bajini, Gabriel Wilfong, Tyler Williams, Jinghua Wo, Jack Yang, Zhang Yang, Shujie Zhang,
It is appropriate at this time that we give special recognition to those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement. On page 32 of the program, you will find an explanation of the criteria for awarding degrees with distinction and highest distinction. Will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of highest distinction please stand and remain standing? Will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of distinction please stand? Let's give them applause. On behalf of the trustees and the faculty of the university, I congratulate each of you on the records you have achieved. May you continue to be motivated to perform at the same high level in all of your life's activities. You may be seated. Thank you.
Madam President, candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Engineering will be presented by the Dean of the College, Leah H. Jameson.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Engineering, please stand as I call your school and remain standing. Aeronautics and Astronautics. Agricultural and Biological Engineering. Biomedical Engineering. Chemical Engineering. Civil Engineering. Construction Engineering and Management. Electrical and Computer Engineering. Industrial Engineering. Interdisciplinary Engineering. Materials Engineering. Mechanical Engineering. And Nuclear Engineering. Madam President, these students have fulfilled the requirements of the undergraduate curricula in the College of Engineering. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon each of you who have fulfilled the stated requirements the appropriate baccalaureate degree, with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Congratulations, engineers all. Please be seated. I now invite the marshals to escort all the students who are earning baccalaureate degrees to the platform. Well, you did it. You're now graduates of Purdue University. Congratulations. It's time for you to observe the tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left, signifying your new status. You'll have to do better than that. We honor these graduates for their hard work and accomplishments, but they didn't make this journey alone. Will the parents, grandparents, spouses, brothers, sisters, children, other family members, friends, please stand so these graduates can thank you. I know exactly how proud you are. Please be seated. This is the 57th anniversary of the university's Cooperative Education Work-Study Program. On page 46 of the commencement program, you will find the names of those engineering students who have earned a certificate for the satisfactory completion of the co-op program. May I also direct your attention to page 71 in the commencement program, where you will find the names of the graduates who have been commissioned by the President of the United States as second lieutenants in the United States Army, Air Force, and Marines, and ensigns in the United States Navy. Let's recognize these achievements. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the artistry of the commencement band with director Ishba Cox. And the Purdue Varsity Glee Club with director William Griffel and Ted Arthur accompanying us. And our organist, Jeffrey Stearns. Their fine talents have helped make this a most memorable occasion. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you a member of the Purdue Board of Trustees. Tyler Takel was appointed to the board by Governor Mitch Daniels on July 1st, 2009, and has served a 2-year term as the student trustee. Tyler is pursuing a degree in chemical engineering with a concentration in energy and environment. He interned with ConocoPhillips last summer and plans to pursue a career in the oil and gas industry. Tyler was part of my president's leadership class and a member of the Emerging Leaders Program, the Engineering Student Council, the Chemical Engineering Honor Society, Omega Chi Epsilon, and Boiler Go Rush, where he served as a team leader. He has been an active member of the board and has represented well the perspective of his fellow students. His term on the board is now ending, and we'll miss him, and thus I asked him to say a few remarks this evening. Please join me in welcoming Trustee Tyler Takel.
Thank you, Dr. Córdova. What could a 21-year-old junior possibly have to say at the 2011 commencement to a full audience of more than 5,000 people in the historic Elliott Hall of Music? I'm not even a candidate for graduation yet. As I finish my position as a student trustee, I realize that I myself do not have a lot of personal advice to give, especially to a more educated and experienced group of people before me. However, my experience has blessed me with the opportunity to interact with special individuals who are associated with this great institution. It is from their experience, advice, and lessons that I have gained the most. During my time at Purdue, I have shaken the hand of the first man to ever walk on the moon, have met a World Food Prize winner who helps millions of people, and have been taught by a Nobel Prize winner. There is one individual in particular that has had a direct impact on me during my time on the board, and I'd like to share a story about him. I have learned almost as much from his personal life as I have through his intelligence. This individual is a native of a town in Indiana with a population of less than 12,000. While in college, he was one of 2 guys from the Purdue team to kick a field goal at the 1967 Rose Bowl. He then proudly went on to serve his country in the military. During his service, he had an office inside a mountain and knew where every nuclear weapon in the world was located. However, he always had an entrepreneurial passion. From starting a tuxedo rental enterprise in college to become the owner of 3 accomplished businesses, he has been very successful. Throughout his success in life, he has remained loyal to Purdue. He has generously donated back to the university, and his name can be seen several places throughout campus. He is also an avid Boilermaker sports fan. He once said, "Purdue athletics gets into your blood when you're a Boilermaker." He definitely bleeds black and gold. He is a mentor, he is an entrepreneur, he is a Boilermaker, and he is my friend. Who is the man of these many accomplishments? He is Tom Spurgeon. Tom has served on the Purdue Board of Trustees since 2005. He has helped guide Purdue to new heights and achievements. He has gone above and beyond to look after the well-being of this university. It goes without saying that he loves Purdue. One of the many lessons I have learned from him is that once you become a Boilermaker, you're a Boilermaker for life. Being a Boilermaker puts you in a special class of people. They are pioneers of space, presidents of universities, and leaders in their fields. They are difference makers. By graduating here today, you are automatically connected and associated with everyone who has come through Purdue. As I look around the room, I wonder, who will be the next Tom Spurgeon, Neil Armstrong, Gabisa Ejeta, and Dr. Nagishi? What will be the legacy you leave? I have seen this class advance through Purdue, and I know your potential is limitless. I congratulate you on your achievements and wish you the best on your future endeavors. Remember that you will always be a Boilermaker. Purdue is a top-tier institution that opens countless doors for its graduates. I challenge you to give back to your alma mater in your own way and capacity. Whether you give your support, your reputation, your good word, or your talents, continue the legacy of Purdue and help it continue to impact the future. As I leave you here today, I hope you find yourself reflecting on the following question: how will you be remembered? Congratulations and thank you, class of 2011. Hail Purdue.
Thank you, Tyler. The class of 2011 will be welcomed into the Purdue Alumni Association by Ted Preeb.
President Córdova, trustees, distinguished faculty, honored guests, families, friends, and most especially 2011 graduates of Purdue University. Today, it is my distinct honor to personally welcome each and every one of you new graduates to your Purdue Alumni Association. It's the gateway for loyal alumni and friends to build relationships with each other and with Purdue University. Loyalty lives here at your Purdue Alumni Association. Today, you are joining over 400,000 Purdue alumni worldwide. As you leave this landmark Hall of Music, You will soon find out that no matter where you go or what you do, you will share a bond with Purdue people everywhere. As an Indiana native who has not resided in the state after graduation, I have found an incredible network of Purdue folks everywhere I have lived, I've worked, and I've traveled. You too will soon realize that your Purdue degree continues to grow even more in stature each year and opens all kinds of doors for you, even sometimes when least expected. You've worked hard for your Purdue degree, so now what do? Certainly you will go out and you will do your professional thing, and we know you will do it well. But I also encourage you to be an advocate for Purdue along the way. Get and stay engaged with your Purdue Alumni Association. You won't be alone. Our Purdue Alumni Association is currently the 9th largest in the nation among dues-paying alumni associations and continues to be the most popular way for Purdue alumni to show their Purdue loyalty. And our student organization, PACE, is now the largest student group right here on campus with nearly 3,000 members. We're continually adding new alumni groups to our over 100 clubs and networks already active around the world. And thanks to social networking, you don't even have to live where there's a club or a network to be involved. You can join a virtual Purdue alumni group, tweet with us, link in with us, make us your friend on Facebook, text us. It's our goal to make it easy for you to communicate with each other and Purdue alumni everywhere the way you want to communicate and when you want to communicate. Online or in the mail, your nationally recognized Purdue Alumnus magazine will soon be coming to you 6 times a year, packed full of things you just might not know about Purdue and your other Purdue alumni. We hope you will read it with pride. Congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations on being a Purdue alumnus. We at the Purdue Alumni Association wish you nothing but the best for yourself, your families, your friends, your future. Loyalty does indeed live here. Hail Purdue.
Thank you, Mr. Preeb. As is our custom, we ask an outstanding graduate to respond on behalf of the class. This evening, we're pleased to have Lindsay Wendell as your responder. As Lindsay comes forward, I will share with you some information about her. She's a native of Florissant, Missouri, and is receiving her Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering with a minor in German. Lindsay has served in a number of organizations while at Purdue, including Purdue Society of Women Engineers, Biomedical Engineering Ambassadors, Purdue FIRST programs, Biomedical Engineering Society, Alpha Eta Mu Beta, which is a Biomedical Engineering Honor Society, Tau Beta Pi, and the Helping Paws Community Service Club. Lindsay is recipient of the 2010 Bruce Heffert Memorial Award for Outstanding Junior in Science and Engineering and the Society of Women Engineers Outstanding Chair Award. She has been named both the Outstanding Biomedical Engineering Student and the Outstanding Senior for 2011 by the Women in Engineering program. Lindsay's hard work has been rewarded with scholarships, including the Richard Hartzell Engineering Scholarship, the Charles Wayne Sullivan Scholarship, the Purdue Engineering Student Council Expo Scholarship, and the Judith L. Popejoy Scholarship. After graduation, Lindsay plans to pursue a PhD in biomedical engineering at the Johns Hopkins University, starting this fall. She hopes to conduct research in mathematical modeling and experiments to improve our understanding of biological systems to better predict and treat medical conditions. Please welcome Lindsay Wendell.
Thank you, President Córdova. When I was asked to speak here today, my first thought was, what do I have to say that is remarkable enough to tell the entire graduating class? Luckily, then I remembered that the speech isn't really about me. It's about all of us as we get ready to launch futures based upon our dreams. It's also about celebrating our time at Purdue, including both our incredible accomplishments, such as graduating today, and also the tough times, like when we spent countless hours with our teams programming Lego robots, only to watch them utterly fail during the demonstrations. So to find inspiration, I asked you, my peers, what it is about Purdue that was most memorable to you. The answers were varied, but surprisingly similar. The worst parts, I was told, were agonizing losses at sporting events, ice skating down the sidewalk to class in the winter, and stepping on those small orange fruits that fall from trees in the autumn, which make your shoes smell funny for weeks. Many told me they loved the friendly and amazing people here and the memories made with them, including fountain runs, tailgates, and hanging around outside with friends during those first warm weeks of the year when no one seems to want to go inside. No matter what, every positive memory one of you gave to me involved the people that we've all grown to know at Purdue. I know this holds true for me as well. Some of my favorite times were those spent with the dear friends I've made in the Purdue Society of Women Engineers, as well as talking with prospective students and inspiring younger kids. One summer, I got the chance to go to Istanbul, Turkey with a group from Purdue. Before the trip, I barely knew many of the kids going, but by the time we arrived back in Indianapolis 3 weeks later, sleep-deprived and wearing clothes we'd had on for 2 days, I'd made some great friends that I haven't been able to shake since. So looking back, it seems that the real defining part of many of our Purdue experiences has been the people. Of course, Purdue has many other positive aspects, from the great resources and technologies here to the many opportunities available to every student. However, it's the family that has supported us, both emotionally and financially, the friends who've been there for us and that we've been there for, the mentors who've inspired and encouraged us, and the whole welcoming and supportive community here that has had the most impact on our experiences. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and while I must admit that we're moving progressively further out of the child category, I do believe in the idea that our entire environment helps to form who we will become. How many times have we seen that the classes that excite us the most are those taught by a passionate and engaging professor, even if we never thought we'd have an interest in their subject? To be sure, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Freshman year, as it was drilled into our heads that we needed to learn how to learn, it was hard as we failed at projects and exams, many of us for the first time. Looking back, though, I can better appreciate this experience, as it did help me learn how to solve problems, how to fail, how exciting it can be to finally find a piece of the solution, and how to rely upon those around me for support. I know those people will always believe in me and encourage me to also believe in myself. The future is always changing, and none of us really knows where we're headed. At least I certainly don't. While I may never again need to know how to temper steel, how to analyze the efficiency of a Brayton cycle, or how to build an EEG amplifier on a breadboard, it's those bigger lessons that will stick with me. I found that I could push myself much harder than I ever thought. That sometimes, when I finish a project and look back, it's hard to believe that I could ever accomplish such a thing, that I will fail, and that I'll never know anywhere near everything I wish I could. That's why we have family, friends, and mentors. As sad as we will be to leave Purdue, it's time to go out and define ourselves, to see how far we can go in this adventure called life, and to be that support and inspiration for others as well. There are many famous Purdue alumni, from our 22 astronauts to Nobel Prize-winning chemists and physicists, inventors, businessmen, and even a popcorn entrepreneur. Though this list is impressive, it's not near long enough. It's time for us to join the ranks of Purdue alumni who have tried to change the world, be it one small step at a time. I am so proud to be a Boilermaker. We will all be Boilermakers for the rest of our lives, no matter how many years and miles we get away from West Lafayette. We know how special it is to be a Purdue alumnus and why it is that we love the community that is Purdue. So, let's go out and show the world what it means to be a Boilermaker. Hail Purdue!
And so we conclude our commencement convocation. On behalf of the trustees, faculty, and all the Purdue family, I bid you farewell and Godspeed. Reverend Bachelor will offer a moment of reflection. Please remain seated afterwards while the faculty recess.
In the invocation, I said it is a day of great hope. That is because today is a great gift as well. Each day is a gift. Each day we get to start anew. What a gift that is. We have within each of us the opportunity to make each day a little better than the day before, every day, for the rest of our lives. I'll share with you a proverb I've reflected on hundreds of times. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the realities of existence, the bliss of growth, the splendor of action. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day.
You shall go out with joy. You shall go out with joy. Joy, 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 joy.
graduates among you.